This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the month of February 2024. Welcome to Orientation. Throughout this month, 3 key components of your life will meet the new and streamlined approaches that will become the norm over the next 20 years. Each component will first be offered immersion in a solvent that softens and prepares it and you for the meeting. Don't worry, it's at worst woozy-making, at best anesthetizing. Pluto, the agent of unavoidable change, has begun his second extended stay in Aquarius, and the first with companions in that sign. His initial foray was late March to mid-June of last year. His full residency begins in mid-November later this year. As he encounters 3 companions this month, we'll have the first unmistakable signs of the profound changes his new mode is birthing. If you've been wondering what Pluto in Aquarius might mean for you, you'll have an idea of its impact by the end of the month, and probably midway through. The 3 big areas of change involve core components of daily life: how we think and speak, information channels, technology, vehicles, and modes of getting around, Mercury; what motivates us, how we use our drive, energy, and sexuality, and aggression, Mars; and relationships, socializing, creativity, and values, Venus. Each of these areas may get fuzzy and diffuse as the planets aspect otherworldly Neptune, which is currently guarding the exit door to every sign. Oh, go for it. In each instance, the point is putting aside the Capricorn project management approach and proceeding on trust and intuition. Here's the orientation schedule. Since we have not lived through this before, it's anybody's guess how the specifics will play out. Inspiration, creativity, and compassion are on offer when Mercury sextiles Neptune February 2nd. Mercury enters Aquarius February 5th and immediately meets Pluto, bringing monumental messages and shifts in thinking. Something is cut out. Something else is lining up for tying down, for stabilizing, for bringing into concrete form when Jupiter and Saturn make a flyby sextile February 6th. They've been building to this moment and are coming as close to completing the aspect as they're going to get, which is to say, not quite. Be on the lookout for an opening or invitation to firm up a matter that's been dangling for a while. Relationships, personal and financial, experience breakthroughs and beneficial surprises February 7th when Venus trines quick change artist Uranus. Your grasp may ease up. Regardless, inspired action is immediately possible thanks to Mars sextiling Neptune. A hunch could work out magically. The upshot of February 7th's plot twists is a need to switch up something in yourself when the Sun squares Uranus the next day. The first week's changes inform the seeds, intentions, and next phases we set at the Aquarius New Moon February 9th, the first with Pluto in the sign, but at a distance. Mercury squares Neptune February 10th and dislodges more and more and more information, taking us to Mars's entry into Aquarius February 13th. As he shifts into collective objective mode, Venus adds sparkle and fairy dust to our interactions. She sextiles Neptune, her higher counterpart in love and creativity, and enables a poetic, lovely vibe approaching the divine. Head for that vibe. The month's greatest intensity follows immediately on Valentine's Day. You've been warned. When the god of war merges with the lord of death and rebirth. This is the day that drives home unmistakably what Pluto in Aquarius is about. Bold, fearless, fierce action is everywhere, taking new paths or approaches that presage the future. The pairing could be phenomenally sexy, It could clear many a path. It will not be wishy-washy. The aftermath is vaguely uncomfortable. The Sun's in a nagging aspect to Neptune February 15th. The next day, Venus moves into Aquarius and Mercury challenges Uranus. Relationships take on objectivity and a bit of distance. We're less interested in one intense relationship and more in hanging with friends or pals or just being pals. Shocking or surprising news upends thinking and perspectives. Hey, we can still be friends and we can see other people too, are likely topics. Yet, commitment is in the air to your own passions and desires, to subterranean impulses, to an actual person or situation. The two rulers of money and desire, Venus and Pluto, meet February 17th. The teaming strips desires to their most basic non-negotiable form, cuts away fluff and distractions, and imprints our relationships with a framework that will take us forward. While our social groups tingle and maybe smart from the changes, softening and gentleness are flowing in from the Sun's slipping into Pisces February 18th. Our minds aren't entirely comfortable with what's transpiring. Thank you, Mercury and Neptune February 21st, but other parts of existence are getting on board. Both freshly stripped down and intensified by Pluto, Venus and Mars meet February 22nd. A new power dynamic is settling into interactions and actions alike. Heart and will are aligned. We want less, but we want it more, and we know how to go for it. Softer, gentler thoughts and words arrive with Mercury's move into Pisces February 23rd. Subconscious impulses immediately point him to issues that require addressing. Thank you, Pluto. While a similar nagging reminds us to act responsibly. Venus semi-sextiling Saturn. Healthy choices and boundaries are all over the status report coming with the Virgo full moon on February 24th. Neptune directly opposite the moon could be showing where you've fooled yourself or been fooled. If something doesn't feel right or good, it's up for dismissal. If an arrangement is too loose or vague, it's up for definition. Venus's square to Saturn will see to that. Meanwhile, we want what we want with a vengeance and fly into overdrive to go for it. Watch for tasks and agendas and arguments to balloon and balloon and balloon as Mars squares Jupiter February 25th. Still not sure what Pluto in Aquarius means for you? Notice what you are compelled to set in motion now. This portion of the orientation session draws to a close with a paradox. Consolidation, followed by expansion. We consolidate the month's developments and assimilate the bigger meanings of them in a triple conjunction of the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn, February 28th. The three-way delivers clarity primarily about ourselves and our own thinking. The meeting also challenges us to step up and take charge of our thoughts and ourselves, possibly through reckoning and accounting, possibly through suiting up and showing up as adults. And then our minds are invited to fly. Mercury has an opportunity aspect to Jupiter. Is it bringing more creativity, more financial reward, a more positive outlook? Why not? We're in a new world. Old restrictions may not apply. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. Visit my site, empowermentunlimited.net, to sign up for my mailing list, listen to my weekly podcasts, and book a session with me. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host Conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and in the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I post on Instagram and Threads at @KABiehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian Channel.